So first is I need to remove this. These are it's just clips here. So I need to free all the clips and separate that. Not really right tool for the job, pair of scissors, but what I have to hand at the minute. There we go. So yeah, it only goes one way. Sometimes you need to check before you remove things like this that on the orientation. Obviously this post here lines up with that, and the hole here goes over the post. So it can only go one way, which is good. Next job is to remove this here. Some people don't bother removing this, they just cover straight over it. I don't like doing that. It comes from factory with this off before they put the fabric on, so I'll do the same thing. So I'll flip it over, and I need to bend all of these back. Just gently bend them back. So this is just a staple remover, but it's good for things like this as well. You need to get underneath and have a bit of strength. I don't want to damage the card itself. There we go, put that to one side. Flip it back over, and then so I'll start to remove the fabric, which should come off pretty easy. It's been on for about 20 years now, this, so we shouldn't have any issues with it coming off. And that is now for the bin, or as you Americans say, the trash. So now get rid of the foam. I'm sure some of you have seen me do this before. I do use a couple of stiff brushes, but sometimes it's just as easy just to roll it off. Depends how old it is, how long it's been on there. So I'm gonna just remove all this foam now. It's quite boring, you don't need to see all that. It's just literally rub it with a brush, hoover all the bits off. I'm going to wipe it over with a bit of acetone once I've removed all the foam, and then I'll be ready to attach the headlining. So that's all the prep now done on this headliner. Just now waiting for the fabric to turn up. Normally here by now, but they've had a change of drivers, so he may be a little bit late. I might be able to find his way around, or just does his route slightly differently. So yeah, as soon as it turns up, I will start to glue it onto the board. So as always, when I do replace the headlining fabric, I don't try and do it in one big long piece. I'll do it in sections. So I'll do the back section first. So as you can see, I've only glued this centre bit here. I've not glued these outer edges. I'll do those last. I'm just gently putting pressure on, I'm not putting loads of pressure on at the minute. So now that I know it's in the right place, I can put a bit more pressure on. Start to glue further up now. Not going to glue this part here yet. Okay, just section by section. Now I need to make sure I can get rid of any excess fabric. So I'm happy with where that is now. I'll put lots of pressure on, get it stuck down properly. I can spin it now and work the opposite way. So I'll probably glue through about here, do that bit and then start to glue the rest. So I'm running the glue one way and then the other way just to get maximum coverage. I'm going to keep it high so it doesn't touch. There you go. So we've touched down and I can now start to just make sure that we're fine there. You can see with my right hand here, I'm trying to keep this tight so it's not touching here. So I've not gone all the way to where the glue is here. So now I'm going to glue up to here. I'll probably glue this bit here and just come around a little bit, and then I need to start gluing this separately and then I'll work my way out towards the edges. So again, keep it high. I'll keep this as high as I can now. I'm going to work just to here. Keep this bit high and try and work around this bit here. So with this, I'm just going to work in the centre here on kind of a diagonal angle so I can still fold back the corners. Again, try and keep it high. Oops. Because the glue's still wet, I'm alright. Just working that in now. So now I need to deal with these bits here. So you can see that I've left it on a bit of a diagonal angle. So I will do up to here. So along this line here, I'm doing that bit. Same on the opposite side. And then I'll work down my edges afterwards. As you've noticed, you probably realise that I don't let the glue go hard or go tacky. I put it on more or less straight away, just because if I let it go tacky, as soon as it touches, it'll be quite hard to release it if I need to release it. Whereas if I put it down wet, then I should be able to release the actual the headlining if I have any issues, which I shouldn't do. I'll now just work down the sides. So you can see, because it's still a bit wet, this glue, I can still peel it back a little bit, which I need to there. So now I'll work down these sides. So I will do the back quarter first. I'm just teasing it, making sure I've got no excess anywhere, big wrinkles anywhere. I'm just going to leave that there now for a minute. That was the trickiest bit, that back quarter there. So now I can just apply more glue to both surfaces. I'm just using the heel of my hand just to put pressure on this transition point here. So the same down this side now. Oops. Move this out of the way for now, put the plastic down and then flip it over. So now I need to do all the edges. So that's just a case of trimming off, folding over. I need to fold over, just check, make sure everything's glued down the edges, and then trim everything off, put the things back on that I need to put back on. I still need to cover the little thing that was here, which is here. So it was on the other side, obviously. So yeah, I still need to cover that in the blue. Put it all back together, put it in the car. Now that I've got the new fabric onto the headliner, I'm going to fit it back in the car. So that's just a reverse of the removing. So I'll put a link in the description to removing of the headliner. So I'm going to put that back in now and that should be done.